Hey, what's going on, people? It's SGZ here from the SpartanGameZone, and in this video I'll be comparing the standard boss drop rates with the ones active now during the Borderlands 3 Farming Frenzy event. The event lasts for 2 weeks, and I thought I'd give you an idea of how much the drop rates have improved, so you can decide whether you want to load up Borderlands 3 and try get that cutsman with the right anointment, or stick with what you're currently playing. It did take me a while to get this information, so if you find it helpful, I'd appreciate it if you could drop a like. The event is supposed to increase the legendary, dedicated and anointed drop rates of bosses, and I'll cover how much each of these have improved, if any. I also plan to make a video on rare spawn enemies, as that is supposed to have increased as well, so let me know if you'd like to see that down in the comments. Also, if you're wondering what dedicated drops are, they're items that the boss has an increased chance to drop. I tested the drop rates on everybody's favourite punching bag, Grave Ward, and also the Rampager. I killed them both 50 times before and during the event on Mayhem 4. And we'll start with comparing the Rampager's numbers and then finish with a overall wrap up at the end. So, out of the 50 times I killed the Rampager, I received a total of 145 legendaries before the event, which is an average of 2.9 legendaries per kill and is a decent amount. Of these 145 legendaries, 14 were anointed, which is 9.7%, and a 28% chance for one to drop each run. For dedicated drops, I received 11 out of the 145, which means 7.6% of them were dedicated drops, and you'd have a 22% chance to get one each kill. During the event though, I received 10 less legendaries from the Rampager at 135, which indicates that legendary drops may not have changed. I did however see a huge difference in the amount of anointed items. Out of the 135 legendaries, 58 of them were anointed, which means you're pretty much guaranteed to get at least one when you receive a legendary. It also puts their drop rate at 43%, which is really high. Nothing changed on the dedicated drop front though, which is unfortunate, and I hope that's different for rare spawn enemies especially. I received the 11 dedicated drops again, which is another 22% chance per kill, and 8.1% of the total legendaries I received were dedicated loot pool items. Moving on to Grave Ward now, and after killing him 50 times before the event, I ended up with a total of 149 legendaries, which is an average of around 3 per kill, which again is decent. I did receive more anointed drops than the Rampager, with a total of 22 dropping at a 14.8% chance, and a 44% chance at getting one each time. I also received the 9 dedicated drops, which is a dedicated drop chance of 18% per kill, and a 6% chance per drop. Looking at Grave Ward during the event, his numbers align with the Rampager, which is good to see, especially on the anointed drop front. Grave Ward dropped a total of 143 legendary items, which is about the same as before the event, which says to me that they didn't change. He did however see a large increase in anointed drops like the Rampager, which confirms this event does substantially improve the drop rate of anointments. I received 52 in total, which again means you should see 1 per kill when farming on Mayhem 4, and legendaries have a 36% chance of dropping anointed during the event. Unlike the Rampager, his dedicated drops did improve, and instead of dropping 9, he dropped 15, which is 10.5% of all the legendaries dropped, and a 30% chance per kill. This could just be the usual pre-event range, and it's hard to say for sure if bosses have increased dedicated drop rates during this event. They certainly could do, but the increase isn't nearly as noticeable as it is for anointed items. Overall then, across both bosses before the event, I killed them 100 times and received 294 legendaries, which didn't change during the event as I only received a combined total of 278. Dedicated drops stayed roughly the same, moving from a combined 20 in total to 26, and I'm not sure you'll notice a difference in dedicated drop numbers on the bigger bosses. Anointed drops increased significantly however, moving from 36 to a whopping 110, which is nearly 3 times higher. Both bosses saw a jump of over 2 times for the anointed drop rates, with the Rampager seeing a massive 4 times improvement on his. This is where this event shines, and if you want those anointments, now is definitely the time to go and hunt them down. So that's all for this video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. It did take me a good 8 hours to get this data, so I'd appreciate it if you could drop a like if you got some use out of it. Subscribe if you want to see more content like this, and I'll catch you in the next one.